Padavedu Micro Watershed Area is located in Polur Block and Taluk of Tiruvannamalai district. It is situated at a distance of 8 kilometers from Sandavasal, which is on the main road connecting Vellore and Tiruvannamalai. The district is located around 160 kilometers from Chennai, the capital city of Tamil Nadu. The project area comprises of Padavedu, Kalasamudram, Anantapuram, Valivur Panchayats and part of Vallimalai and Malayalam Reserve forests. The total population of these 4 panchayats is 35,066 and the total area covered under this project is 1,147 hectares. The watershed is surrounded by hillock on the north, east and western side and by plain plateau on the southern side. The soil is mostly red ferruginous variety, both sandy and loamy with black clay. The majority of the people in the area are engaged in cultivation. They are agricultural labourers. The area is dependent on seasonal rainfall. Agriculture is the mainstay of the local economy. The majority of the population belong to the most backward castes, with nearly 8% belonging to the scheduled caste. Nearly 61% of the total population are marginal farmers holding land from 1 to 2.5 acres of land. 32% of the families do not hold any land. The worst affected are the landless agricultural labourers who have to work on a daily basis for survival and who have no other resources to meet their needs. Nearly 38% of the population are illiterate and 42% are living below the poverty line. Low level of production in agriculture is due to conventional methods of agriculture. Due to vagaries of monsoon, the yield of crop is also poor. The groundwater level is not encouraging since the water holding capacity of the soil has not improved. Migration of people is yet another problem in the villages. The people, particularly during dry season, migrate to the nearest cities and towns for construction work. Marketing of farm produce is yet another problem in the watershed area. There is a wide fluctuation of rates for the produce, leading to poor economic conditions. The soil and water conservation is not given due importance, leading to silting of water bodies to an extent of 60% of the original water holding capacity. The feeder canals have either been encroached or silted completely, leading to poor inlet of rainwater and flooding of adjoining areas along with feeder canals. Availability of green fodder for the livestock is yet another problem, leading to less milk yield, poor quality of milk, poor health of livestock, etc. It is in this context the Srinivasan Services Trust, which is the social arm of Sundaram Clayton Limited and TVS Motor Company, began its efforts in creating models for the empowerment of sustainable development of these rural communities. The vision: to be the catalysts for the creation of self-reliant rural communities by bringing the skills and resources of the private and development sectors together with local governments. Keeping the vision and the mission, the Watershed Project formulated the following objectives along with the people of the area: to increase the participation and involvement of community-based organization (CBOs) in collective management of common property resources, to reduce the number of families below poverty line from 42% to 0%, to initiate measures for improving the groundwater availability and maintain water level, to increase employment opportunities, to increase productivity in agriculture, to provide basic infrastructure facilities, to increase vegetative cover by promoting dryland horticulture in rain-fed lands, to introduce water management practices including the use of drip irrigation to sustain water resources. To realize these objectives, the Ford Foundation extended its partnership by providing 70% of the fund for the project for 3 years. The remaining fund is shared by Srinivasan Services Trust and the beneficiaries. Training. Capacity building has always been given top priority in order to equip people with necessary skills to think, plan, to devise strategies, to implement and monitor various activities in the communities. The training programs given include sensitization programs, PRA exercises, fund management, administration and accounts, maintenance and technical guidance for water management. Soil and moisture conservation.
நாங்கள் தனியாக நின்று ஒவ்வொரு வேலையும் செய்கிறப்போ எங்களுக்கு தனியாக தைரியம் வந்திருக்கு. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி பேங்க்னா என்னன்னு தெரியாமல் வீட்டுக்குள்ளேயே அடைஞ்சிருக்கிறதுனால எங்களுக்கு எந்த ஒரு விவரமும் தெரியாமல் தனியாக வெளியே கூட போகாமல் இருந்தோம். நாங்கள் இப்போது எல்லா விஷயத்துக்காகவும் போகிறதுனால எங்களுக்கு தனி தைரியமும் வந்திருக்கு. சீனிவாச அறக்கட்டளை மூலமா எங்களுக்கு நிறைய சேவைகள் கிடைக்கிறதுனால, பயிற்சிகள் கிடைக்கிறதுனால மற்ற மக்கள் எல்லாம் முன்னேற்றத்துக்கு நல்ல ஒரு வழியாக இருக்கிறது.
Soil and moisture conservation.
There are so many channels for feeding the water bodies. All were found silted up and encroached by private persons. Because of this project, we have cleared all the encroachments and desilted the channels, and water is freely flowing to the water bodies.
Formation of Water Users Group and Watershed Association identified suitable location and types of structures required based on their needs and experiences. The Srinivasan Services Trust expert team visited all the sites along with these members to approve the suggestion given by the concerned members. When the estimation was agreed upon by the agri-engineer, the concerned local groups began the task of completing the structures, which include 40 check dams, 3 ponds, 5 uranis, 25 farm ponds, from which 10 were converted into fish ponds, clearance of supply channel up to 5 kilometers, repairing and strengthening 3 of the existing tanks, and renovation of 10 abandoned wells. Income generation activities. Economic empowerment is crucial in the process of development. Creation of revolving fund for various activities proved to be a successful strategy in building confidence among people, making them economically independent, freeing them from the clutches of money lenders, and improving their living conditions. Nearly 504 families have benefited from the fund so far. The income-generating activities include milch animals, banana rope making, vegetable cultivation, floriculture, jaggery making, goat rearing, provision store, fancy store, paddy harvesting machine, petty shop, quality seed bank stall, etc.
இதுக்கு முன்னாடி நாங்கள் பயிர் வச்சுட்டு இருந்தப்போ எங்களுக்கு வருஷத்தில் வந்து ரொம்ப வருமானம் கம்மியாக வந்ததுங்க. நாங்கள் சீனிவாசன் சேவைகள் அறக்கட்டளை மூலயமா மகளிர் குழுவில் போய் சேர்ந்த பின்னே எங்களுக்கு வந்து 4 இடம் கூட்டிகிட்டு போயிட்டு எங்களுக்கு எல்லாம் இந்த மாதிரி தொழில் செஞ்சாக்கா முன்னுக்கு வரலாம், பூ தொழிலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி கொடுத்தாங்க. அதுக்கப்புறம் நாங்கள் அதை பார்த்துட்டு வந்து இப்போ பூலாம் லேண்டில் வச்சு நல்லா எங்களுக்கு வந்து ஒரு வருஷத்துக்கு வந்து ரூபாயிலிருந்து 50,000 ரூபாய்க்குள்ளே வருமானம் வருதுங்க. பூ தொழில் செஞ்ச பின்ன எங்கள் வாழ்க்கை தரம் வந்து இப்போ ரொம்ப முன்னுக்கு வந்திருக்கோம் நாங்கள்.
Dryland horticulture. People have understood the importance of trees in dryland farming. Mango, sapota, and amla are being promoted for this activity. These trees will give some returns even in the drought period. Thus, the trees will serve as insurance to the dryland farming. The total land area covered for this activity is around 114 hectares, which include forest area.
வந்து நெல்லி செடி வச்சுருக்கிறேன் 2 ஏக்கராவில், சப்போட்டா வச்சுக்கிறேன், மாங்கன்று வந்து ஒரு 25 வச்சுருக்குறேங்க. 4 கொட்டை தோண்டி வச்சுக்கிறாங்க. கலகாயில் 2 ஏக்கராவில் 3 கட்டு மட்டும் தான் எடுத்தேன். இந்த இது பார்த்த உடனே எனக்கு ரொம்ப தெம்பாயிடுச்சு. இப்போ பயிரும் நல்லா இருக்குது, இந்த மாங்கஞ்செடி நல்லா இருக்குது, சப்போட்டா நல்லா இருக்குது, நெல்லும் நல்லா இருக்குது.
எனக்கு வந்து ஒரு அதிகபட்சமாக வந்து ஒரு 6 ஏக்கர் நிலம் இருக்குது சார். இதில் வந்து ஒரு 300 செடி வந்து நெல்லி, ஒரு 200 செடி மாஞ்செடி, ஒரு 150 சப்போட்டா வச்சுக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். இன்னும் ஒரு 2-3 வருஷத்தில் வந்து எங்களுக்கு வந்து இந்த கிராப் வந்து நல்லா வரும்ன்ற ஒரு நம்பிக்கையில் நாங்கள் செஞ்சுக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம்.
Vegetative cover. Planting trees all over the target area has become a healthy culture. 43 varieties of the species are being raised for nursery like tamarind, amla, punga, asa, neem, etc. This will increase the biomass and greenery of the project villages. The total area covered for this activity is around 100 hectares. New technology adopted by farmers. Sugarcane cultivation with drip irrigation method and pit method, tissue culture banana cultivation, system of rice intensification method have been well adopted by the community members, and the output has been highly rewarding. To document and to impart continuous education on new technologies in farming, 2 publications have been brought out in collaboration with experts from the Tamil Nadu Agricultural University in Coimbatore and Madurai, and Agricultural Science and Research Centers in Vellore. These books act as reference materials for the community members. The impact of the project. Water availability for irrigation is increased by water harvesting structures. Productivity is increased by groundwater recharging. Agricultural crop yield is increased. Additional income is generated through horticulture. Active participation of members from the backward and scheduled caste communities in watershed activities is achieved. Community participation has become the key for success. Prolonged moisture availability even after the harvesting of main crops is ensured. It encourages the farmers to grow short-term crops like vegetables. The Water Users Committee have become the actual project executors. They maintain and monitor the project. This strategy has given them confidence and a sense of self-reliance. The community is enriched with knowledge and skills on watershed management through a series of interventions. They are sensitized on the importance of conserving soil and water in their own lands as well as common lands. Therefore, they could store more water through different water harvesting structures and reduce soil erosion. Migration has been stopped, and the community members are able to send their children to schools. People have learnt to live and work together to improve their socio-economic conditions and standard of living. The fact which clearly indicates that the vision and the objectives of the project are being realized with the total support and the participation